Hi, this is Mrs. Warren, principal of the junior high.
I'm Mrs. Elledge. I'm one of the counselors.
I'm Cindy Jackson, and I'll be the 7th grade counselor next year.
And we wanted to record this video and put it out for those of you who could not join us yesterday at our informational meeting for 6th grade parents coming into 7th grade. We know that's during the daytime and that may not fit with everyone's schedule, so we thought we'd get together and kind of hit the highlights and let you all know some of the information that we discussed. So I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Elledge, and she's going to start, and then we'll all chime in at different points in time.
Okay. The first thing we want to let you know is that our day consists of 8 class periods. We start school at 7:34, so when the bell rings at 7:34, a student is tardy if they're not already in class. They can be here as early as 6:50, and we really encourage you, if you're dropping kids off, to at least have them here by 7:25 so that they're not tardy. They have, each class is about 50 minutes. We have lunch, 5th hour for 7th grade. The lunch is divided into 2 periods or 2 parts. They have an A lunch and a B lunch. So if a student has A lunch, then that means they'll go to lunch the first part of 5th hour, and then the second part they'll be in their academic lab, which is similar to a study hall time. If they have B lunch, they'll do the academic lab portion first and then go to lunch the second part of the hour. We get out of school at 2:50. Our buses are released first, and students enter out the front doors, and then car riders are released after that. Each grade consists of 3 teams or 3 houses. It's similar to the pods that they have now in middle school, but we have 3 teams for 7th grade. And so basically a team shares the math, English, science, and history teachers, and then the students are mixed up for their electives and for PE.
And I'll talk just a little bit about the house system. We have a house system we established this year, and that was established to have the students kind of have more of a sense of community. They're in a small group. We have some team competitions, build some team spirit, and they compete for a traveling trophy. And every 4 weeks, every grading period, they get points based on their attendance, their grades, their lack of discipline referrals. They get rewards. We have a reward system, and they get points. And then at the end of the semester, there's a big party for the house with the most points. It's gone over really well. Our students seem to like it. They'll get a t-shirt, a house t-shirt, at the beginning of the school year next year, which will be given to them. Every student receives one. And on Wednesdays, we have house students are encouraged to wear their house t-shirts, and we do a little competition, how many students in the team wear the t-shirt, and that winner also receives points for that. So they get points for coming to dances and events, doing service projects. Each house has a service project each semester. We've been able to donate different money to different charities this year, and so it's gone really well, and I think the students are really going to enjoy the students coming in next year as well.
We do want to stress that PE is every day. That's kind of either a love or hate kind of thing. So the students are required to dress out. They do not meet together. The girls meet separately than the boys. So they will need to bring clothes to dress out for in PE and appropriate shoes, and that is every day. We will next Tuesday, Mrs. Jackson and I will be going to the middle school, and we're going to be enrolling the students in their class, or having them enroll for 7th grade. Basically what they will do is choose electives. There's going to be a link with this that shows you what the electives are. The students will get to choose, did we say 4?
4. Mm-hmm.
4 electives. And we do want to really stress that we are going to allow our 8th graders to have first choice with electives, and then the 7th graders will do, they will get the ones that are left over. So they may not get the electives that they prefer, but we will do the very best to at least let them get one of those.
And our electives this year are great. We have
Yes.
some great electives. And just because they may not get first choice doesn't mean there's not gonna be room for them in several of these electives. We have a lot of electives that I think will meet everybody's needs, and a lot of kids take electives and don't even realize that they're going to enjoy them until after they get in and get into the class and then change their mind. It's more of an exploratory year, and so we want them to kind of explore different electives, things maybe they wouldn't have chosen on their own anyway, so.
And sometimes an elective will open up second semester that they wanted, and we'll give them a chance to change their schedule at the beginning of the semester, second semester, and we'll check and see if some of those preferred electives are open, and if they are, we can get them in. One of the electives that's very popular is band, and what I'd like to say about that is that if your child is thinking about taking band, but they're kind of on the fence, they're not really sure if they want to be in it or not, go ahead and encourage them to sign up for band, because it's not one of those electives that you can drop in and out of. That's a class that builds on itself musically, and the students really need to start at the beginning, at the very beginning of band. We ask that they commit for a full semester, and at the end of first semester, if they decide that they're really not a musician and band is not their thing, they can drop out of band at the end of first semester, and we can put them in another elective for second semester. There will be a cost. There'll be the cost of either buying an instrument or renting an instrument, which can be either from Schibelbein's music store or from the band department itself. But we want you to know also that cost is not an issue. It's not something that will keep a child out of band. If that's, don't be afraid of that being a problem for you, because if your child wants to be in band but you're really not in a position right now to afford to rent an instrument or buy an instrument, don't worry about that, because we'll find a way to make it affordable for your child. I think that's about all for band.
Okay. All of our electives are semester long, except for band, choir, and sings. So if a student wants to be in band and choir, then those would be the only two electives they would take for the year. Otherwise, the electives are a semester at a time, so they will take 4 elective classes if they choose semester classes. Honors classes are available in all of our core subjects, so that's honors English, science, and history, and then instead of 7th grade math, we do have pre-algebra. I'm going to let Ms. Warren talk a little bit about what is required for those classes so that you kind of know what to expect.
And what I want to say about honors classes, they are more rigorous. So you need to be anticipating that if your child is in an honors class, they're going to be more rigorous classes, they're going to have more rigorous homework, they're going to be required to read more, things like that. And to be in an honors class, I realize is it's important, it's great, it's challenging those students who need to be challenged. The one thing I will say is not to overextend. The child doesn't need to overextend himself or herself, because I have a student, and I've recommended to him, you don't, just because you're recommended for all 4 honors classes doesn't mean you have to take them. So if you have a child that's involved in sports and band and a lot of extracurricular activities, you may want to do a couple of honor classes and then, non-honors classes for the other 2, or however you want to work it out. Don't feel like if they're recommended for every honors class that they have to take it. Here at junior high, there are no additional credits or weighted classes. So the A that you receive in honors English would be the same A that you would receive in a regular English class. So the pressure is not necessarily there. I just want to make that clear to parents that it's completely your choice and your child's choice about the honors classes, if they're recommended, how many to take.
Okay. We do offer several sports at junior high, and again, we're going to include this information sheet on the video that you can look over these different sports that are available. The student does need to have a physical on file to be able to participate in any sport, and there will be later on you will get some information about clinics, free sports physical clinics that will be offered. We believe those would probably be in late July, early August, so just kind of be looking for that. And in addition to that, we want you to be able to stay informed. So if you are on Facebook, We do have a PBJHS Facebook page that you can look at. Ms. Warren does send reminds to parents, so we want to be able to keep you informed, because we do know that students do not always bring home the papers that we give them. So that would be a good way to be able to stay informed.
And parent communication is one of our 3 main goals here at junior high. So when you come to the orientation before school starts, you'll get information from the teachers about how to join their remind groups. We use School Messenger, but we do put a lot of information on our social media pages just to keep you guys informed. So definitely, like Mrs. Elledge said, sign up for that Facebook page. And I think we're going to end with ICU. Is that right? You mean to tackle that one?
Go for it.
Okay. All right, so we do have an ICU program here. It stands for Intensive Care Unit. It's not a hospital-related ICU, but what that is we do not allow students to opt out of assignments and take zeros. Students are held accountable for their work. That's the only way they're going to learn, is to do the work. So when a student does not turn in the assignment, the teacher will place that student on an ICU list. That during their lunchtime in their academic lab, they'll be called up into a different room with a veteran teacher who will give them that extra time to get that assignment completed. So that's an extra 50 minutes they'll have during the day to work on that assignment to get it completed. Our goal is to recover that assignment so that the student doesn't fail that assignment. We've recovered at this point over 5,000 assignments just this year that would have been zeros. So we're very, we're very invested in this program. We believe this program works. The way it works is you will receive a text as a parent or an email letting you know if your child's been put on the ICU list next year, and then you'll also receive a notification when they've been taken off. So just we wanted you to be prepared for that. We do hold the students accountable, and if they don't turn in their work, they will have to go and take part of their lunchtime. They'll still get to eat lunch. They'll just be in a room with a teacher working on that assignment. So we wanted you to be prepared for how that system works as well. Do you have anything else? Anybody else have anything else to add?
What about schedules and the open house?
Schedules will be mailed out probably first week of August, and we'll have an open house. The dates aren't quite set yet, but it'll be sometime that week before, that same week of school starting. It'll start on Thursday. We'll probably have open house on Monday or Tuesday, but I'll get that information out to everyone closer to time. Okay? Sorry you couldn't make the meeting. We hope this helps. If you have any questions, you may also always call the junior high school or email one of us. And that information, our email information, is on the school district website. If you'll just go to Poplar Bluff School District website, you can find any of our emails and contact us that way. Thank you.